And then, when could Mario turn into a cat? I guess, like, if you're into furries, that works. And maybe that'll play really well in Asian markets. I know they love cats over there, like, love cats. But I just felt it robbed Mario of a lot of his personal dignity. And I was like, don't do that to Mario.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. The release of the Super Mario Bros. Movie is upon us, and the critics, of course, are reminding the world that their job is completely useless. In fact, most of them have been replaced by YouTubers who actually understand the target demographic of a particular movie and aren't always looking for a movie to reinforce their own political ideology or push forth whatever weird messaging that they want. People actually who enjoy movies actually make good video reviewers and movie reviewers, and you find most of them here on YouTube nowadays. But the Super Mario Bros. Movie has been kind of mired in this mainstream media hate for some time. Why? Because of Chris Pratt. Quite frankly, a lot of these people reviewing the movie just don't like Chris Pratt, and they're trying to pretend that that's not why they're reviewing it so poorly. In fact, the movie is currently sitting at a certified rotten review from 104 critics. This isn't just one or two critics that came in. This is 104 plus that have it as certified rotten. You may be surprised to see, though, that the fans have rated it at a 98%. Will it stay at 98%? Almost certainly not. Will it stay above 90? I'd bet on it. And this is yet another perfect example of how critics are absolute morons. Many of them whining about Princess being Bowser Me Too, how it's Bowser's problematic, all this stuff. But what the critics don't actually understand is this is just supposed to be a fun movie. It's not supposed to push politics, and sure, it doesn't have a deep plot, but, you know, raise your hand if you thought or were expecting a Super Mario movie to have a deep plot. Nobody who actually understands Super Mario and understands why Mario is so beloved, we're expecting this to be some sort of deep lore, thriller. It's just supposed to be fun. And that's really at the core of what makes the Mario games great in the first place, all the way back to the original Super Mario Bros. And all of the various titles afterwards. It's become basically an automatic buy for anyone because they just know it's a good game. They're not gonna be transing any characters or race swapping any characters. You're just gonna bounce around and break blocks and jump on enemies and have a lot of fun. With the 54%. These critics absolutely out themselves. I want to show you an example of somebody who gave the movie a terrible review. Let's take a look at Grace Randolph. She's a well-known YouTube reviewer. She has very bad opinions. She's also a woke leftist. She writes, "The Super Mario Bros. Movie review. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Truly shocking." Now, I'm not going to go through her entire review, but clips like this existed in context. This is what a professional movie reviewer said about Super Mario Bros.
The action. That's the whole benefit of making it a movie. And then, when could Mario turn into a cat? I guess, if you're into furries, that works.
What? This is coming from somebody who not only has clearly never played a Super Mario game, but doesn't even know the most basic stuff about Mario. It's not
put into the action. That's the whole benefit of making it a movie. And then when could Mario turn into a cat? I guess like if you're into furries, that works, and maybe that'll play really well in Asian markets. I know they love cats over there, like love cats. But I just felt it robbed Mario of a lot of his personal dignity. I was
What?
like, don't do that to Mario. Where's Mario's agent? Put into the action.
What? Literally what? Let's take a look at the Super Mario review, which has 500 replies. The movie has a 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. It ain't just me, so she's justifying it. Grace, oh no, I have the utmost respect for your opinion, so this hits me to my core. I've taken time off work to see it tomorrow. I'm shocked. Like, what? And again, make a mention about Chris Pratt. Ouch, Grace, do you think that you not playing many Nintendo games impacted your enjoyment of the movie? A lot of favorable reviews are praising the fan service and series nods. Lots of high scores. Did you really not have fun seeing it? I'm watching it tomorrow in theaters. I don't even, like, it seems like people actually are out there saying, like, here's somebody showing him Mario in the suit. We love Cat Mario, Grace. And this is somebody, by the way, that pays, this person pays Grace Randolph to read her tweets. I mean, are you honestly surprised? Cat Mario has been Mario form since 2013. It's definitely not for furries or the Asian market. This is like, but like one of the worst movies. I don't. It's not true. And let's actually look at some of the negative reviews though, because I'll tell you what. If a critic is whining about a movie getting too much quote unquote fan service, that's music to my ears. Like, they're literally whining that there's too many member berries in it. You know, the thing that every Mario fan will want to see? The Super Mario Bros. Movie is endless nostalgia bait with no hook of its own. It's a feast of references to past games, but it's built to court screenshots and not make memories. Hello? Do any of these people understand the basics? And like, if you look at, there's one of these negative reviews that is absolutely self-owning. It says, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is a big studio filmmaking at its worst. It's a kid's film that tries to pack in as many Easter eggs as it can, but forgets to inject any wit or fun into its plot. That's not what I'm thinking of. There's one of these people that whines about YouTubers. Like, oh, it's not for, it's a movie made so YouTubers can talk about it. If I remember, here you go. Negative review. I could list numerous examples of how the gags and references distract and detract from the story, but let's face it, people care more about a YouTuber's 100 Easter eggs you missed from the Super Mario Bros. Movie designed to please the content gods. So all these critics, again, are raging that essentially Mario Brothers, apparently, that the Mario Brothers movie was made for fans. I don't know. I just think so many people are just going to love seeing Super Mario on the screen and doing Mario things. That's kind of all you have to do for a good video game movie. Even Hard Drive aptly points this out. As video game fans, we should know to ignore the Super Mario Bros. Movie reviews. In a tale as old as time, the Super Mario Bros. Movie released today to a raucous applause from the audience and middling reviews from film critics. Critics panned the movie for its overt branding, paper-thin story, while moviegoers loved it because it's effing Mario. It's a bit of a shame that critics can't see why people enjoy a Mario movie, but I never expected people who enjoy watching Tar and the Whale on a Friday night to suddenly pog out of their gourd for a funny video game movie. Besides certified gamers TM, we are used to ignoring bad reviews for our favorite products. Remember when IGN rated God Hand as one of the most revolutionary action games in the medium? 3 of 10 below Party Babies. Remember when Video Game Donkey dunked on Octopath Traveler because he couldn't mash A through combat like Gears of War? Reviews are inherently colored by the reviewers who make them. Video Game Donkey doesn't like RPGs. IGN doesn't like video games. True. So when a bunch of film critics say Mario movie is mid, we need to remember that the movie isn't objectively 54%. It's a 54% of people who have never even heard of Bowser. Honestly, are critics even that wrong? I don't enjoy the Mario movie for its breathtaking visual effects and riveting storyline. I enjoy it because I recognize Mario from famous video games. Do we really need people to acknowledge that the Marvel movie as a triumph in the medium to enjoy it? Expecting critics to give 100% to the Super Mario Bros. Movie is like expecting Tom Colicchio, I don't know who that is, Colicello, to give 100% to a Taco Bell Mexican pizza. I love that abomination of a food product, but I don't expect fine dining experts to tell me this sewer slop sandwich is a genius combination of flavors. I eat Mexican pizza because I like it and I'm poor, and that's enough for me. On the bright side, we got some absolute gems of quotes from film reviewers. Variety describes Bowser as a fusion of Lionel Barrymore, the Waylon Flowers puppet Madame, and T-Rex plushie made for toddlers. Just in case your geriatric grandpa needed some context before taking the kids out. Telegraph inexplicably describes Princess Peach as disturbingly Botoxed. I guess since imaginary CGI characters can't have skin that smooth, Datebook accuses the movie of feeling like they're standing to the side and watching someone else play a video game. I have bad news for you, pal. People donated more money last night to a French-Canadian subhuman speedrunning Minecraft than either of us will make in a year. And that's what most of these negative reviews are. Now, I'm not saying, oh, go pay money to go see this movie to own the critics. Maybe at one point in my career I used to say stuff like that, but you should actually want to see the movie. I have absolutely no concerns whatsoever about enjoying a Super Mario Bros. Movie. I don't know if I would go to the theater to see it. I might just watch it at home. But I also understand that there are hundreds of millions of fans of Mario across the world, and this movie is going to be a massive success. Look at this. Let's go. Super Mario Bros. Leveling up to 225 million plus global box office, possibly the year's best so far. I mean, with a Wednesday opening before Easter around the world, inclusive of 70 offshore markets, the Nintendo co-production is looking at a 225 million plus opening frame. Separated out, that's 125 million in the US and Canada over Wednesday through Sunday, and another 100 plus million abroad. Reviews haven't hit yet, but let's face it, the long-awaited proper adaptation of a 38-year-old video game, super stunted with star voice cast that includes Chris Pratt and others, is critic-proof. Also working Super Mario Bros. Favor is Spring Break, with Good Friday touting 80% of K-12 and 31% of colleges on break. It's going to do great. I'll probably check it out at some point, maybe a matinee at the theater, but it's just like when they said Sonic wouldn't do good, and that crushed. So I'm happy that Mario fans are getting this movie. I'm excited for it to be a success, and I'm excited for more movies like it where people can just go and have a little fun. Critics really hate that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.